these shoes from Spenco? Yes, I said that. Upscale Spenco shoes, orthotic shoes. You won't believe it. But let's start with our first item today, and I'm going to show you the bouquet. And I love this bouquet because it's one of our flagship, our first shoe that we created. And this is item number A396264. And this is a QVC featured price of $43.98 with 3 easy pays of $14.66. I know, you know what? If you just bought an insert by itself in a drugstore, that would cost you way more than you're getting for this whole shoe. So I'm super excited about this. But you know what? Who are we if you're not familiar with Spenco? We're a company that's been around for over 50 years, and we started out just making insoles, just making orthotics, and we created a well known total support technology insert by our founder, Dr. Wayman Spence, who, by the way, was a runner as well as a podiatrist. So he created all of his footwear with those people in mind, his patients, people with or without foot issues, and also his running friends. So he created our outsoles with this fabulous EVA sole that's going to be flexible and move with every step. But let me take you through some colors with what we have first here with the bouquet. So first we have our sundress. So the sundress is kind of hard to see, but it's a muted yellow, unlike my yellow dress. It's a very soft, pale yellow. And then we have our saddle. I'm loving the saddle. There you can see there on QVC.com as well. And then we have our black. Yes, and you can see the underneath. I'll go into a little more detail to show you what's peeking out underneath that top strap. And then we have our pale blush. There you go. It's very, very light pink, and you can see the perforations really well on that. And then we have our blue stone. I'm loving the blue stone. I'm a denim girl. I love this shade of blue. It's very subtle. It's a very just beautiful shoe. But let's talk about that technology because that's where we started. We started with just that total support insole and that medical grade orthotic that, hey, back in the past, if you wanted to wear a shoe like this, you couldn't. So here's the animation to show that total support technology. It starts with a deep heel cup. It's going to cradle the foot from the very first point of contact. Inner and outer arch support that cradles the foot from both sides. And the crash pad, you see the toes there? The toes are not gripping to hold the shoe on. They're moving independently and freely. The green highlighted area here, that is our metatarsal pad. And that's a padding. It's at the ball of the foot. So right when you're about to push off, if you've ever experienced burning right there at that moment, that will help that padding just kind of alleviate that. On the two images that you see here, on the left is a typical flat footbed. All the black areas that you see is a vacancy. It's actually where your foot is not making contact with the shoe or the insert. And then on the right is our Spenco footbed. All the beautiful colors. That's where the heat basically is making contact, full contact with that shoe. Hence, you're getting a properly fitting shoe, and then you're going to really experience all of that medical grade orthotic with every step that you take. But you know what? I was saying earlier that this is our flagship, this style, the Yumi. The Yumi was created for runners, right? It was a recovery shoe. So our founder, Dr. Wayman Spence, who, like I said earlier, was a runner, so they created the Yumi as their first prototype. This and also our Colo style, which does not have a toe post. But our Yumi toe post is very unique because you can see it move here. It's a ribbon and it folds and molds right in between your toe, so it won't pinch in between your toes. And you can see here on the models how it's a very flattering shoe. You can wear this, as you can see, she has a jean skirt on, and it just fits her foot very nicely. You can see her foot is shaped and supported all around. All the points of area that need to be in contact with the shoe are being met by the shoe. It's meeting her foot. There's no gaps, there's no vacancies there like you saw in those two thermo images. What I love about this particular style is what's underneath here. So you get a nice little, it's a neoprene lining, so it's going to be smooth to your skin. You can get these wet, but it's just a nice little pop of, I call it a little bouquet of flowers, which may be why it was named the bouquet. I'm not exactly sure, but I like to think so because it brings thoughts of happy spring and flowers. But what I really love about this is again is that outsole. Our founder was a runner, so look at this flexibility and this super lightweight. And I wore these tonight. So my son graduated from high school tonight. I cried, I was happy, I had so many emotions. The one emotion that I did not have was having feet that hurt. I was able to climb up and down the bleachers without slipping out of this because of this deep heel cup. And then also because of that toe post, I'm able to not grip with my toes, but I had comfort and support. And I was really supported all throughout my evening today. So a lot of emotions, but I never had to worry about my feet hurting. There you can see a good image of that toe post. That's a folded ribbon right in between the toes. And the design there, you can see the perforation on the top there. And there's our little logo, our Spenco logo. And there you can see peeking out underneath that top strap, that's a neoprene lining, but it's just a little subtle hint of like a little bouquet of flowers. And that white, clean outsole on this particular saddle. The black has a black outsole, and the blue stone has a blue outsole to match. So there you can see that black. So black on black, if that's what you like. There's that blue on blue. And then here we have the pale blush. I love the pale blush. It's very subtle, very nice, and that has that clean white outsole, and there's the sundress, and that sundress is that very muted yellow. There's that perforation again. So you can get these wet. It has that neoprene lining. It's an antimicrobial footbed, so it's not gonna hold any bacteria or smell over. I've worn the same style, like not the bouquet, but the Yumi style for years, and they still, they're very durable. They still fit properly. This is my favorite because I feel I have the most support and comfort where I'm able to show my toes. I don't have anything pinching in between my toes, and I'm getting that support with that nice structured total support technology insert. And I was saying earlier, so gone are the days of slipping an orthotic into a shoe where you didn't have a back to a shoe. It couldn't be done. It's built into this. So you're going to have that support there. I'm going to hold the saddle here so I can show you that metatarsal pad. That metatarsal pad, there it is right there. That metatarsal pad saved my foot. If you've ever seen one of my presentations, I always rave about how that little padding right there saved my foot because over the years, many of you may have experienced losing the padding at the ball of your foot. So this is a way of replacing it without having drastic things done, which I've heard people have had things like surgery where they've had padding placed inside of their foot. So you won't have to do that with Spenco. Here we go with the model again. You can see again how it's meeting her foot, how it fits right in between those toes, and it just kind of the ribbon just molds and folds right there. Her foot is not going to flip flop around. You can see her heel is actually in that heel cup. It's not sitting on top of the shoe. I just love it. You can style this really. This is just a very casual shoe. You're going to have all the support that you're going to need, but you're going to be able to really have fun with these. Wear these around the poolside. I'm sorry. 800 orders this month alone. Thank you, Frank. Yes, 800 orders this month alone. So let's run through colors again. We have your blue stone, and then we have our black and our pale blush. And this is our saddle. I'm loving the saddle because it's that kind of neutral. It's like my skin tone. I think it elongates the legs. Yes, I really like that. Very pretty. And then we have our sundress. That just sounds fun. That makes me want to wear a sundress or a maxi dress, which is actually what I wore today, but I didn't wear the yellow. I actually wore the saddle. Just kind of like to change things up a little bit. I don't like to be matchy matchy. So this is what I wore tonight. And my feet enjoyed it. And I had a lovely evening. And I have a lot more in store for you tonight. We're going to show you a couple of different styles that you're going to be surprised that you're going to be surprised to see come from Spenco. So thank you for watching and enjoying this bouquet. It's a wonderful price. Get this home. And our orchid is coming up.